Hello! I'm Isaac Keller, founder, producer, and curator of the world's first AI-generated theater festival. What you're about to see is a piece of theater that was made in collaboration with GPT-3, one of the world's most sophisticated text-generating AIs. If you're curious about that process or why this festival is happening at all, there should be some links if you click up here on the little eye icon. And if not, just check out the entire channel. There are lots of interviews with these artists showing them experimenting with GPT-3 for the first time. There are 12 original AI-generated theater pieces. Check it out. And thanks for watching. Enjoy this piece as part of the world's first AI-generated theater festival.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to the beginning of our broadcast day. The time is 5 o'clock. Before we begin, we'd like to issue a retraction of a story which was mistakenly run yesterday morning by way of hackers, which suggested that Acheron Petroleum shared some responsibility for the collapse of the ice shelf in northern Antarctica, which was responsible for the disappearance of the glacial ice cover that had been shielding the continent for over 10,000 years. The company issued a statement saying, "That's not true. That has never been true. That will never prove to be true." Our first story of the day comes from Red's Hardware, where it was reported that several hundred pounds of horse feed was stolen in the early morning hours. This, of course, is made curious by the fact that for several years now, the horse population in the greater Middleton County remains at zero due to the intensifying and inexplicable prolonged heat. That's right. This, of course, is a loss to the local economy, as well as a blow to the heartstrings of those who remember when there were plenty of horses around town, and not just because they stumbled into traffic all the time. No word yet on whether any suspects are being questioned, or whether this was an inside job. Now let's turn our attention to something more positive, like world peace. A little joke. We turn now to a special report by our field correspondent Don Piper on Middleton's newest resident.
£5, 2 ounces, and slightly premature, little Tricia Henderson sits in a daze as she watches her mother prepare dinner. Her father read a newspaper, and the world whirl around her. Born just this past Thursday, December 16th, she is the third and last baby to be born this year within Middleton County. The newest addition to the so-called Sunset generation, little Tricia's life is already mired in controversy. Though the Hendersons tried their best to keep her scheduled delivery date secret, a small but vibrant protest nonetheless gathered outside the main entrance at Forest Hills Jewish to protest Tricia's birth, armed with signs such as these. Our team took a call with Sherry Jefferson, Executive Director of the Union for a Merciful End, the activist group leading the Thursday protest.
What the Hendersons are doing is wholly irresponsible and heartless. The baby is doomed to a short and miserable life, and the Hendersons know it. We seek a formal sentence in court. Short of that, we hope to send a clear message to anyone else who wants to force a baby to suffer.
Thank you, Donna, for that special report. Once again, we close out our broadcast by recognizing the tragic losses Middleton has endured this past week, some of her most treasured citizens, the few remaining elderly. We begin by recognizing Ophelia Murphy, 91-year-old retired computer. Police responded to reports of a fetid scent coming from her apartment and found her blistered corpse inside. She had been dead for some hours before they found her. Police reported she died doing what she loved, which was staring out her front window, hoping to spot a passerby. Next, we recognize Ezekiel Grimes, former Middleton resident and proprietor of the Happyland bathhouse. He had returned to town for his high school reunion. After finding no signs of life in any of the public buildings, he tried entering one home alone. He was found unresponsive by concerned classmates and rushed to the hospital where he died. Finally, an especially painful loss for our WBAP team, we recognize Philip Bruce, our main and final cameraman of 46 years. He passed away from HFM, or human flu-like misery. He had been suffering the symptoms for only a few days before passing away. You may be saying to yourself, I've never heard of HFM. It's a new disease. Boy, has it been hot this week. We turn now to our meteorologist, Don Piper, with today's... Did you hear that? Someone is calling me on my pocket telephone. You would be phoning me while I'm filming a live. Yes? Yes, I'm live now. Yes? Mother? Look at that. They've written me a letter to read in the event I was taken hostage. Terrorists can be so dramatic. For those of you watching this channel, this will be my final broadcast. I have just set fire to a station which has long been accused of being in the pocket of big business and the fossil fuel industry. The truth is that this station is in the pocket of big business and the fossil fuel industry. We've been bought and paid for. Our employees are on their payroll. Humans, at least. I'm sure you're not surprised to hear it. What we've done here at WBAP has been done by thousands of powerful people across America, Australia, Canada. The list goes on. My 8 years with the team at WBAP have been nothing short of a dream. Our job here is to bring you the news, and I think we've done that successfully. But we've always said on this channel that reporting the facts is not enough. It won't change anything if we don't also ask how it happened and who made it happen. Well, neither will burning the station to the ground. For true quality journalism, you'll need a new world order. The fact remains, this is a nation of great beauty. And as long as she is a slave to the fossil fuel industry, she will be a nation of unimaginable cruelty. I'm afraid there's no time left for tears, for there's work yet to be done. This concludes our morning broadcast. We thank you for tuning in. May God bless America, and may God bless little Middleton.